The Dead Sea is one of Israel's most enduring tourist attractions. Tourists from around the world have continued to come here for the salt-rich waters, the thermal sulfur mineral springs and year-round sunny weather. Not to mention the fact that you can tell all your friends you've been to the lowest point on Earth.
יש לי חברה ואני אוהב אותה ומשתדל תמיד להיות איתה יוצאים לרחוב אני שם אפטר שהביא עושה
Well, people come to the Dead Sea for many reasons, but mainly for health reasons. If we take people who suffer, for example, from skin problems like psoriasis, then the Dead Sea and the sunshine is fantastic for them. And if we take people who suffer from rheumatism, arthritis, even some respiratory problems, then the black mud and the sulfur water are fantastic for them.
Not only is this a draw for people looking for curative health treatments, the Dead Sea is also considered one of the world's cultural and ecological treasures. And while it's not technically dead, it is dying, or should I say drying up.
24 years ago, the sea was right over here. We can smell it, we can touch it, we can feel it. Now we have to chase after it. It's like going really far distance, and it's keep on running from us.
The Dead Sea is dropping by a staggering 1 metre a year. 20 years ago, visitors to the Ein Gedi Spa needed only take a few steps to float in the salty waters. Now they have to take a train. Environmentalists say this is because its main freshwater tributary, the Jordan River, is being sucked dry. Israel, Jordan, Syria and to a smaller degree Lebanon have taken all the water for drinking and agriculture, and what used to be a flourishing river is now barely a trickle. From the air you can see the white line of salt where the water level has dropped in the last year. On the ground, parts of the Israeli highway are now at risk of caving in. There is a plan to save the Dead Sea, but like everything else in the Middle East, it's a tricky negotiation between three governments, fraught with bureaucracy and delays. Israeli Vice Premier Shimon Peres is championing what he's calling a peace conduit, a project that includes a 200-kilometre pipeline to pump water from the Red Sea to replenish the Dead Sea. But regular seawater contains around 40 grams of salt per kilogram of water, compared to 350 grams here in the Dead Sea. Now, environmentalists fear this ambitious plan would drastically alter the water composition, turning this spectacular blue to a brown or red. Here's one group that won't be deterred. Believe it or not, this is a group of German tourists who've come to the Middle East to learn about the politics of water. Gideon Bromberg from Friends of the Earth was just one of the experts showing the group around this abandoned hotel on the West Bank, formerly known as the Lido.
Back in the 50s, the water level of the Dead Sea would come to the top of those stairs over there. And of course that was the major attraction of this wonderful place, to drink Arabic coffee on the shores of the Dead Sea. Today it's over a kilometre away.
These tourists have just come back from the Jordan River, an integral part in the solution to the Dead Sea problem.
We believe in tourism. We think that tourism is the economic engine that can help save both the Dead Sea and the Jordan River. At the moment, tourists cannot come down to the Jordan River because it's a closed military area, because what's flowing in the river is mostly sewage. By bringing more tourist groups, we create the economic incentives to bring back the fresh water, to replenish the Jordan River and to save the Dead Sea.
4 years after the first serious discussions took place about a potential pipeline from the Red Sea to the Dead Sea, the project has progressed no further than a World Bank feasibility study. But environmentalists say the World Bank is focusing on an expensive and ambitious pipeline when it really should be concentrating on cleaning up the Jordan River.
The Jordan River is part of the solution, but there has to be more than that. Even if we get greater efficiencies of use of the Jordan River, the sea would still be dropping, and it would still, the trend would not be alleviated of that drop. So it is very important that we look both at the Jordan River, very significant, and he's right there, but we also need to look beyond.
And this is what the Dead Sea tourism industry must do too. Even if the waters dry up altogether, hoteliers and spa owners say they've now carved out a name for themselves in the area, selling Dead Sea products and offering a range of holistic and Dead Sea-inspired treatments. It's services like these that could well be the lifeblood for the industry here in the future.
Here you just step into the area and you are in the largest spa on earth, and we are destroying it.
Hello and shalom. My name is Dror. I'm a natural-born Tel Avivian. I love this city. It's a real 24 hours a day kind of city, and I'm sure you're gonna love it too. So welcome to my hometown.
Help me on the road again. Suitcase falling from my hand. Dirty socks, stories filled with white lies.
I'm a scriptwriter. I write soap operas. I manufacture hours of escapism for the Israeli nation. My last project was called The Champion. It reminds me a bit Footballer's Wife, but it's a combination of a soap opera and a sitcom.
In a world of uncontrollable desire.
All right, this is the Carmel Market in Tel Aviv Center. It's a great place to do your shopping if you want some cheap vegetables, fruit, clothes. The salesman here has got great character. מה זה שוקולד? יאללה. This is Old Jaffa. It used to be an old Arabic city, but now it's a little bit more cosmopolitan with a lot of art galleries and artists work here. It's really nice just to look around and go from one gallery to another and check out the local art.
The subject is Israel. Through my husband's eyes. He creates it because this is what he sees, and then he transfers what he sees onto the art.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why people like it, because they're able to recall what they saw when they look at his art.
You might notice those when you go inside houses and rooms in Israel. This is called the mezuzah. Every doorway is supposed to have one, and if you're religious, you kiss it when you pass through the house. It holds some scriptures from the Bible. City Guide Tel Aviv is one of the best glossy guides about our city, and I just met with the editor, Dalit Nemirovsky, for a quick chat.
I was traveling all over the world, and I see these books about wonderful cities like New York and London and Barcelona and Berlin, and I said, Tel Aviv is just as good. The problem is people don't know that. So I said, I need to produce something that will show people all around the world the real Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is always connected to the bad news about Israel, but it's so unique and it has everything that a big cosmopolitan city has to offer worldwide.
Most of the hotels in Israel, they serve kosher food.
Kosher cooking is a kitchen that you cannot use milk and meat together, and you cannot use seafood, and you cannot use all the shrimps, calamari, and all the items. You have a lot of regulation, like you cannot work in Friday, Saturday, you cannot open the oven, and this is a kosher kitchen. Huh?
You have to remember that Tel Aviv is a very, very young city. It's only 100 years old in 2 years, and Israel is even younger. So the level that the restaurants in Tel Aviv has reached is incredible. There are restaurants here that have stars in the Michelin Guide. There are restaurants that, I mean, it's really an international level.
If you're tired of all the museum and the beach and all the outdoor activities, it's a good option just to go and chill in the shopping mall. 9% is a barbershop that's located in Dizengoff Center. Well, Avner is an icon. He's a nightlife guru. He knows about all the parties, about all the things that's happening in the city. If you want to hear the best gossip, to know what's going on, you better go to Avner, sit there. And you might get a chance to see all of the local Israeli celebrities because they all come there. And it's a fun place, even if you don't have to do anything with your hair, just to sit down and see all the characters.
Superstars all over Israel, in Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and Eilat.
Tel Aviv is a 24 hours a day kind of city. Talk about nightlife, this is the place to be. Not New York, not London, forget about everything. We've got more clubs than people. More neighborhood bars than neighborhoods. People go out, they start going out around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, they finish going out around 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock the next day. It's the best nightlife on the planet.
Well, that's all we've got time for this week, but next week, Thali will be looking at a new dawn in concierge services at high-end hotels around the world. But until next time, from me and the rest of the team here in Israel, it's goodbye.